Hello, my name is Sean Ennis from Ennis Management. Thank you for joining me today on the Creative Collective. And today I got a very special guest, music artist, songwriter, BDUB from Macomb, Georgia. How you doing today, sir? Thanks for joining me. So let's start with how did you decide on your artist name?
How did I decide on my name? Well, it really came from like my actual real name, cause my name is Brian Williams. So like I just kind of took the B from Brian, and then the W from Williams. It's like Dub, you know. So I put them together, B-Dub. Yeah.
That makes sense. And so, you're originally from Macon?
Yeah, I am. I ain't down there right now, but I'm from there.
And how far? So for people who are not from Georgia, I think that they mostly think Georgia. They think Atlanta. How far is that from Atlanta?
Probably like an hour and a half.
Okay.
That's how fast you drive, you know.
And describe Macon for those that have never been there.
Macon, man, Macon is a big experience to be at. Like, it's a whole different environment. It's way different, you know. It's music culture. It's everything, you know. And it's good and bad for sure, you know. Because it's Georgia, you know. It's the South, you know. A lot of stuff go on, so you know, you go down there, you just got to be ready for what you about to see.
And so let's talk about a little bit about your background. Are you from a big family?
Yeah, sort of, kind of. I got two older brothers.
Okay. And
like, you talking about other family or just?
Yeah, just in general.
Oh, in general, well, yeah, I do got a big family. Yeah, I got like a lot of aunties and uncles and all that.
And you mentioned your brothers. Do they are they also involved in music?
Yeah, actually, my older brother Jaleel, he like when we were real little, he actually started writing and recording and all that first, and he kind of inspired me to want to start writing my own stuff. I was like probably 10 years old trying to write my first rap, and he was just like, yeah, you know, just try it out. And ever since then, I just been doing my own thing.
And do you, this is a question I like to ask. Do you remember anything from that, any lines from that first rap?
Oh, man, yeah. Most definitely.
Let's hear it.
I was like, I think I remember one line. I was like, my name is Brian, and I roar like a lion.
And how old were you when you wrote that?
I was like 10.
That's pretty dope for 10.
Yeah. I was trying, man.
And so, growing up, what's like your first memory of music?
First memory, I could say, let me see. When I was like younger than that, I used to be with my mom like all the time, and she used to like let me listen to her like Walkman. Like back then, you had the Walkmans, the CD players, and I used to listen to like Luther Vandross all the time. Like, he was just a vibe. He was a vibe for me. And when he passed away, it was just a lot, you know. But I used to listen to that all the time coming up. And that's what really brought my vibe to the music, you know.
And so how old were you when you say you started getting influenced by hip-hop?
By hip-hop, I'll say, yeah, around that time, like I was like 10, you know, 9, 10 years old. Around that time, I was getting hot on Drake. That's when Drake was like first coming out, and then Lil Wayne. I like the Millie, you know, the first Carters, you know, No Ceilings and all that stuff, good stuff. Old Lil Wayne.
And growing up, did you play any instruments or take any like singing lessons, singing the chorus or anything?
Yeah. Matter of fact, I tried to play the drums. You know, I could play them a little bit. I'm not that good. I'm not no like top notch guy with the drums, but I know what to do a little bit with a beat. But chorus wise, I was in the church choir actually. I used to be in church all the time. Like my family, that's church. You know, they church. So I used to be in a church choir, and I actually did my first solo Like I was the head singer in a church choir performance one time, and that was just it just made me feel good about myself and being in front of people and being the head person performing. And I just ever since then I just love performing, just love music.
And how old were you when you did that performance?
Let me see. I think I was like 8th grade, so I was probably like 13.
And what was that performance like, getting up there in front of all those people?
That was my first time ever singing. I was singing too, so that was my first time ever being in front of somebody. It was, it was overwhelming, but it was good at the same time because everybody knew me, so it wasn't like I was just a stranger to everybody. But that made me feel better on the stage too, and it was a good thing.
And what sort of effect do you think having that experience singing in the choir has had on your music now?
I feel like it had a lot of effect on it. Really, just like I'd say the positive part about it, just being in a church first, because after that I just started making songs that were like without profanity. No, not necessarily like church songs, but they were just clean songs. Because I knew if I could perform anywhere. I could perform in churches. I could rap one of my songs in churches. And just that helped with my performances too. It had me more confident. Because people were really telling me after that performance, after I performed in church, it was like, man, I did not know you could sing like that, and just giving me lots of confidence and just telling me good things. And then ever since then, I just feel like I can do it.
And so, how old were you when you first got into a recording studio?
I was probably, I think I was like 16, no, 15. I was 15, and actually it wasn't an actual studio. I wanted to rap my own so bad, so I went to Best Buy at 15, and I bought one of the little old school microphones that you just kind of like plug up the piece and then that's it. And I had a laptop at the moment too, because I was doing all types of programs, and I just like won a laptop, so I got a free laptop, and I just recorded my own stuff.
And so, who are some of your musical influences?
Like I was saying before, Lil Wayne, he was a real big influence because he kind of brought Drake in, so like that was just the mixture, him and Drake. And I say towards like the singers, more of Chris Brown, Trey Songz, especially Chris Brown, because I was listening to him like when he was on freaking This Christmas and all that stuff, the old school Chris Brown, Trey Songz when he had the braids, I was listening to him back then. Like those are my guys. But yeah, those are my really influences. They do their own thing, and they, what I'm saying, they about what they about.
And so, how long have you been practicing your craft as far as writing and recording original music?
You mean as like being like real serious with it, or?
Yeah.
Okay. I really started getting serious 2016. I had graduated high school in 2015, and that what kind of made me want to push it more, because I had, I can go more places. I'm not really on a stuck schedule like school, so I could, do more. And yeah, really then that's when I dropped my first mixtape called Forest Sounds, and then ever since then, I've been really trying to get serious with it.
And can you talk about that project a little bit?
Forest Sounds, yeah, I called it Forest Sounds because like I was saying, like I like the vibe, Like I just like to bring a whole vibe to the table. Like, I try to be different, really different than other artists. Like bringing messages and stuff that is kind of gory to the table at the same time, But really with Forest Sounds, when you think or hear somebody say Forest Sounds, you think about trees, leaves, all that stuff, a breeze, that smooth stuff, Say you're in some trees and you just vibing out. I try to bring that type of vibe to the mixtape. You know, you could just chill with your friends. You know, do whatever you do, however you feel, and then listen to the songs.
And what were some of the notable songs on that project?
I say The Usual. The Usual is just really, really self-explanatory. The usual. Really tired of the usual. We want to change. Get better. With everything, relationships, life, friends, everything, work, whatever. And I say another one. Let me see. It's been a while. Out My Zone. Yeah, Out My Zone is actually a good one. That's the outro. I say that's a real big one because, it's self-explanatory again. I'm out my zone. Like, I'm trying to expand my mind and my heart, and I'm trying to, like, be a different person, be a better person. And just saying all the stuff that I was doing wrong, that I decided, I realized that was wrong, and I'm trying to change it, make it a better thing, make it right. And yeah, that was really it. It's just I try to bring the message to it.
And who did you use for the production on that album?
It was all over, but mostly it was by 1V Art. He's a producer I contacted with on YouTube a while back, and ever since then we've been working.
How long have you guys been working?
Since 2016.
And what is it about his production that really connects with you as an artist?
It's different. Like, I just love different beats. I don't like going to YouTube or hitting up a producer or whatever, and they sending me beats that sound the same as all these other artists. Like, I'm trying to be different. I want my stuff to sound like outer space, like we in outer space chilling, doing whatever. We having fun. We lit. Like, I want it to be different. And when I listened to him, it was just so different. It caught my ear immediately, and I was just like, yeah, like, we gotta work. Like, we have to. And then it just matched the Four Sounds vibe too. So,
And can you describe your music making process? Like, how do you go about making music?
I really just like listen to the beats first, cause I gotta catch the vibe. If I don't really know what the vibe is, I can't really start writing, because I could listen to a smooth beat and probably want to write some lit stuff. You know what I'm saying? But so I gotta change up the beat to something lit, so I can write, so I can keep that lit song or whatever. Just that process is just, you gotta connect your vibe to the song that you're trying to write. Like, how you're feeling right now is how the song should be.
So can you describe one of your past performances that has really stood out?
Let me see. Excuse me. I can say when I perform my song No L's, like that song No L's, I try to make my titles of my songs self-explanatory. I don't want you thinking too hard when it comes to the song. I want you to kind of already know what it's about. So I feel like with No L's, when I performed that, it was really big because people already heard the song. Like, it was already out. It was out for a while. It had a couple thousand listens, and I felt like, yeah, I should perform it. And when I did it, everybody was showing the love. They was like, yeah, I knew you were gonna perform that. It was awesome. It was just a good vibe and everything. And I feel like that was a good one.
And describe for me what you're feeling and going through when you're on stage performing.
Oh man. When I'm on stage, really, as soon as I hit the stage, I just get in a mode, I just get in game mode. Like, I know I gotta do what I do, but not too hard and not too slack. Like, I gotta be on point. Like, and so when I'm up there, I just think, like, okay, I love this song. I'm vibing, they're vibing. I look at the crowd sometimes too to see how they're vibing out. And if they're vibing, it makes me more happy and more fun, and it makes me want to jump up more and get more lit to the song, but not too much, because you can't mess up the performance. But yeah, that's really what it is. I just get in my bag, and then after, it's just after I'm done, it don't even feel like I just perform. You know, it's just like something natural. Yeah.
Do you have any common themes that kind of run through like most of your projects or songs?
Yeah. That's how I'm really trying to get it now. Just like I was saying with the Forest Sounds, I actually made 2 volumes already. The first one I was just telling you about, and then the volume 2. You know, same type of theme, was smooth. You know, vibe songs. Some lit, probably like 2 out of the 10, 2 or 3. And then with my EPs, I try to bring like a more upbeat type of vibe. Cause I don't want to just make smooth songs. I just want to make smooth songs all the time. Like, I want to bring my music to a different crowd too. Like, everybody's not going to be sad all the time and chilling all the time. They want to have fun too. So I try to bring more lit songs to my other EPs, like BDUB's EPs, and let them know that I can turn up a little bit too.
And so you've recently released an EP, correct?
Yeah.
And what's the title of that?
Hen Drinking Music.
Self-explanatory, right?
Self-explanatory. Self-explanatory for real. You know, hen, Hennessy's just shortened, and drinking music. You know, when you're drinking Hennessy, you just feel that type of weight, you feel that type of vibe. You know, you listen to the songs. The titles of the songs are Tired, Save a Hoe, Read Your Mind, and Lick Talking. And so, you know, Tired, you know, you feel some type of way when you're drinking. You know, you feel like, oh man, F them, we tired of this, tired of that. Boom, that's Tired. You know, Save a Hoe, you know, my girl tripping, dang, we just broke up. I'm trying to go drink. We going to the club, I'm trying to find a girl. Save a Hoe. Okay? Read Your Mind. We both drinking together, you know, we chilling. I know what you thinking, you know. We both off the Hennessy, you know, anything is possible. And then, you know, lick talking, I'm just off the lick talking to you. You feeling how I feel, you know.
And who did you go to for the production for this project?
Yeah, that's my guy, Jay Patterns. Like, he did all of them. He did every last song on there. He was executive producer. That's my guy. Like, ever since I contacted him, it's been that vibe. Like, not every song is gonna be what I'm looking for, but most of them are what I'm looking for. And those beats, when I found those beats, it just fit my perspective. Like, it was like on the same point. It's like the beat knew what I was looking for, you know. And so I found the beats, and I was like, yeah, man, this is it. Like, he's gonna be the executive on this.
So did you guys actually physically link up in the studio?
No. He's in a whole different state. But we contacted. Like, I hit him up on YouTube, and then we emailed, and then he let me use them. Cause I do them for non-profit. I don't put my music on Apple Music and all that right now, because I'm trying to build my fan base more. I don't want people paying for my music and they don't even know me, you know. So I try to wait for that and give them free stuff, you know. I can just keep dropping every week and it'll be free. You can listen to it whenever. So yeah, he let me use it for non-profit, and you know, we gonna keep working.
How do you feel your music's evolved over time?
Most definitely. I had somebody ask me the other day. They was like, "What do you feel is your best song you ever recorded?" And I never got asked that before, like, ever. So I had to really think about it, you know. And then I said, it's something recent. It's off of the EP I just dropped. And then he's like, well, that means you're getting better. You evolved. And I'm like, okay, yeah, it makes sense. Because I used to like my old stuff, but as I look back at it, like, I could see where I was wrong at. Like, the stuff I was saying, the production, you know, just the put out of it, it wasn't where it was supposed to be. And now I just feel like I'm putting more time and effort into my songs, put more of a message into it, and finding some real good production, and that just helps out really, and go from there.
What do you think has been your biggest challenge so far in your music career, and how have you been able to overcome that challenge?
Man, my biggest challenge is really resources. Cause like, I work so I can provide for myself with the music. So it's really the resources where I'm at now is not big. Like with videos, people to do photo shoots, all that stuff I could do. But when I want it to be good quality, it's hard. I want my fans or whoever supported me to get the best of me. Not just something I just threw together and like, oh yeah, y'all could listen to this or watch this and you'll be good. You'll still like it. They won't like it because it's bull. It's not 100%. It's 50%. So that's really what it is. I think it's just the resources. But when I'm just trying to be patient with it now because I've been, ever since the Nipsey thing, he all the videos he been, putting out. Like I've been watching a lot of them and he's really taught me a lot in the past couple of days. Like. So I just try to be patient with it and use my resources to the best I can. Like I'm still recording from a mic and a laptop, but the mic is better. You know what I'm saying? The mic is a better mic, but I'm still doing that. So
What's your ultimate direction for your music career? Where would you like to see this thing go?
Oh man, see, I feel like I don't want to give it a certain limitation, like wherever it goes, but I don't want it to stay where it's at, I would be cool being a mainstream artist, but if I don't end up being mainstream and I'm still underground and still having fans, supporters, and, getting that message out, I'm cool with that.
And what advice would you have for any aspiring or musicians that are just starting to get involved in music?
Oh man, just keep doing it, keep going, because there's gonna be people out there that say you suck or you can't do it, or you probably even think it yourself sometimes. But you just gotta like look back and be like, no, like you can do this, because everybody has a mission in their life. Everybody has this plan that they want to do, and if you don't achieve it, what are you doing? Like you won't love working a 9 to 5 when you really wanted to, be a music artist, So yeah, just go for it.
And what do you think is the biggest misconception that people might have about your music or yourself as an artist?
I'd say that I just kind of, I don't know, some people used to tell me that I kind of just stayed with a certain type of lyrics, I guess. Not necessarily saying the same thing, but just talking about the same thing. I'd say that would probably be the biggest one. That's why I was telling you I'm trying to expand and talk about more things, but still kind of bring those back in. Because everybody been through stuff, and when you kind of still relate to just one situation, it's like, okay, what are we talking about now? So I feel like that's one of the big things that people are coming at me about. But besides that, I don't really know.
How can fans get access to your music?
I got all my music on SoundCloud and Spinrilla. Spinrilla, it's BDUB. It's BDUB, and on SoundCloud is BDUB, or you could put Respect BDUB. Either way, you put either one of those in, it'll pop up. And I have a video on YouTube. Search BDUB anywhere. You'll find me, except for all the streaming services like Apple Music and Spotify and all that.
Is there anyone that you'd like to acknowledge for offering either financial or emotional support in your music career? I say my mom, really, emotional support, most definitely. Ever since I told her I was doing music, she was down with it. And I could say really my real close friends, the ones I came out of high school with, they were always down, like came to every performance, showed love, did whatever. And I say I had that, like without them coming up, I feel like I would have been lost, because they were kind of by my side most of the time when I was doing music stuff. And they
even made a song with me for the fun of it one time, you know. So it's just like they were just there through the rough times, and I feel like I'll give them their credit.
And do you have any new music that you're currently working on?
Oh yeah, most definitely. Always working. Always working. I just dropped a song called Paradise on SoundCloud, and before that, I dropped a song called Out of My Mind. But I'm working on a new EP, the third installment of BDUB's EP, and yeah, I'm working on that. So you know, coming soon.
And can you share your social media links?
Yeah. Instagram, you know, you can find me at _ B.DUB. That's _ B.DUB. Facebook, BDUB, Brian Williams. Twitter, Respect, BDUB. That's Respect. You know how to spell it. BDUB, BDUB. What else? What other socials is there? Snapchat. I'm _ fried rice. I am _ fried rice. And that's BDUB also. You know, you can find it on both of those. But yeah, that's it.
And is there anything else that you want to share before we wrap up?
Yeah, man. Everybody be safe out here, man. It's a harsh world we live in, but we got to push through it. You know, we can't give up. Keep going. Keep striving for greatness, and you know, just keep being positive, and we can do it together. You know, that's it.
That's a great message. We need that right now.
Most definitely.
All right, I want to give a big thank you to my guest today, BDUB. Appreciate you joining the Creative Collective.
Yes, sir. No problem.
As always, write your comments below. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share this video. And for all of your promotion, marketing, and music career consulting needs, email ennisproductions@gmail.com.